How's it going, people? I recently went about having my first custom anodizing job done on a marker. This CSR here, we'll break it open in a minute. I think custom anodizing is something that a lot of people are interested in, and you really have to do some good research before you send your marker to somebody. So I thought I'd kind of talk about the process I went through, tell you who I went with and decided on, and obviously show you my gun and the amazing work that was done on it. So I ended up going through Caustic Customs. Caustic Customs does all their work through a Facebook page, and I'll throw a link to that in the bottom. So one of the first things I did was just start looking at tons of pictures. I went on PB Nation, searched around for what people thought were the best anodizers, and then just started going through their stuff until I found something that I really liked and could kind of put my own spin on it a little bit. And I ended up at Caustic Customs. First of all, everything on the website everything on the Facebook page in the photos looks incredible. So here it is. I ended up going polished because I'm a sucker for polished guns. Planet Eclipse doesn't do them. I wish they did out of the factory. But here it is. Got an acid wash. It's polished black with it's pretty much silver acid wash over the top. Ended up, to kind of reduce weight, went with the Inception Designs feed neck, and then just to have a match anode barrel to go with the Shaft FL kit, I got a Stella barrel here. The first thing I'm going to do is run through some pictures of this thing straight out of anodizing, because my camera is just not going to do it justice. We'll do that right now and then jump back into this video. Alright, so there's some pictures. I will say pictures don't do this thing justice. Polished finishes always, to me, look better in person. You really got to get in person to appreciate the anodizing. It has a ton of depth to it for an acid wash, which is really unique. Yeah, so the process of anodizing with Caustic Customs. Some anodizers will charge you an extra fee to strip down your gun. You can just send it to them as a full gun. They'll take it all apart, do the anodizing, put it all back together. So Caustic Customs is a little bit cheaper than some other places because you do that disassembly process on your own. For me, with the CSR, Planet Eclipse makes it really nice and simple to strip everything down. I think learning how to disassemble, reassemble your marker teaches you a lot about your gun and the ins and outs of it. So first thing, it had to be all stripped down. When you contact Caustic Customs, you fill out their quote form. I got a quote for this gun, and I actually shopped around at quite a few places. Caustic Customs does amazing work. They weren't the highest price, but definitely not the lowest price. A good middle ground there. Yeah, so price, for me, I think for the work that was done is very reasonable. I think there are definitely cheaper options that aren't as reputable in the paintball community, and that worries me a little bit. I didn't really want to send my super expensive gun off to someone that didn't have a lot of reviews from people, didn't have a lot of feedback. So that's another reason that I went with Caustic Customs. Turnaround time for me was 6 weeks, which is quite a while to have your gun away. From the time that I sent it and it was received to the time I got it back was about 6 weeks, and that's what I was told. It was sold 6 to 7 weeks, so it definitely fit that bill. And I will say the best thing about Caustic Customs to me, and why I chose to go through that company, is that the communication I had with Steven, who works or who runs it, was absolutely phenomenal. There were some other people that I talked to about anodizing, and kind of in talking to them, it seemed like, send us your project, leave us alone with it, and we'll let you know it's done. And for someone that was a first time custom anodizer, or having something anodized for the first time, I was definitely really wary and had lots of questions, kept changing my mind on the design that wanted to be done, and Steven worked with me through all of that and really was very, very helpful the whole time. I never felt like my questions were, making him annoyed in any way or frustrated. That he was always willing to be there to give me feedback, let me know how the project was coming along, if the time frame was still being hit, and all that. And I gotta say it once again, the work put out is absolutely fantastic. The polishing on this gun is incredible, and I am super happy with the decision I made. So Caustic Customs, I will support them fully. Like I said, a link to the Facebook page down below, and you can look at all the pictures of all the guns pretty much that they've ever done.